What's up, everybody? How was the last stream? We're charting with Jay. Doing something good here. Let's see. I got a little PowerPoint going. Jay is the man. Love Jay. But let's see. As y'all can see this screen, I'm sure. So pretty bland PowerPoint, but there are a lot of things that I want to cover. I just have basically bullet points that I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth as we go on. I'm sure most people are here. It looks like some normal regulars, which is great. What's going on? Hope you guys did good today. So let's see, what time is it? About 1 minute off. I'm going to wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes just to see if some more people want to file in. Let me make a little announcement here. Yeah. So other than that, how'd you guys do today? It's kind of a weird day in the market. I've only had about one to two trades every day. So again, pretty inactive, but it looks like it was needed. SPY didn't really move a whole lot after hours when Powell spoke, so that's interesting. I didn't have time to listen to him, so if y'all know what he said, let me hear it. If not, we'll get started here in just about 30 seconds. I think this will be a good one. This is stuff that everyone can learn from. Even myself, I liked kind of writing up a lot of these points that I'm going to go over. Well, good. Then this is a good lesson. In Latvian, make sure anyone who's new, this is stuff that you should probably be writing down or typing up somewhere to just constantly look at, every week or so, just to remind yourself. Prepared. Oh yeah. I mean, Snowflake, that makes sense. I mean, every speech with him is prepared. So, if you actually watch him speak, he's literally just looking down at a script. So it's not, I hate that, I want it to be, I get looking at numbers and facts, but address the people. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. So not that important. Okay. So yeah, again, guys, this is a good one. Make sure to, take notes if you would like. For you new guys, definitely I would do that because there's a lot that I'm going to go over here. So I think I'm going to start. So trading psychology with Ethan. Again, not a lot of, this isn't a pretty looking PowerPoint, but I'm just going to be kind of talking the whole time. So where does it all start? At least from my personal experience, and I've seen this in other traders and have heard it from other big time traders. It starts outside of trading. If you think that you're going to be a professional trader and you can wake up 5 minutes before market open, get to your desk, listen to someone on a Discord call and make money, over time, it's not going to work. You need to be disciplined outside of trading. And when I first started, again, I was really young when I started. So I thought, okay, whatever. I want to sleep in. I want to get up 10 minutes before the open, get to my desk, still asleep, and try to make money. And over time, it doesn't work. So, I'm giving you guys this from personal experience and what I've learned over the years. So, if you're not eating well, if you're not working out at least a couple times a week, if you're staying up until 1, 2 a.m., even midnight on weekdays and expecting to get up and be extremely focused and on point throughout the trading week, it's not going to work. And even us here, I try to do a pre-market review 15 minutes before the open, but I've been up for over 2 hours. I get up really early. I go to the gym. I make sure that I'm fully awake, not only for my personal sake, but for you guys too. This is my job, and my job is to help make you guys money, but also protect you guys from losing money. So, I don't I don't expect you guys to. I'm sorry, guys. I hope y'all didn't hear that. Anyways, I live with my brother, so I gotta keep going here. So, anyways, you need to be disciplined outside of trading because it'll make you more disciplined as you trade in the market. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say here, but keep a routine in life and it'll help you stay disciplined as you're trading and stick to your rules so you don't fall off, fall away from your plan. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep going. So, emotions and how to control them. I was just talking about setting a plan. So, if you don't have a plan when it comes to any trade, I mean, a lot of you guys wake up here and you look for alerts, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're here for. We're here to guide you guys to high probable trades so you can make money. But if you don't have any sort of plan in your mind and you're just thinking, okay, Jay over here just signaled a crypto play, or Ethan just signaled some Amazon puts or whatever, I'm just going to buy them and see what happens. Well, then you're never going to get to that point in your trading career where you can actually do this on your own. And that should be the goal for everyone, to be able to trade on your own and to be good enough to do that. You have to have rules for yourself. A lot of this comes with experience and knowing yourself, knowing how, when your emotions will kick in. And that's stuff that, I had to learn the hard way. And most of the time, everyone here will. But over time, you'll know, you can kind of feel it. Well, okay. And it's hard to mask those feelings when, okay, maybe you take 2-3 red trades and you just want to go in heavy and try to make all that money back in one trade. That's the exact opposite of what you need to do. You need to know yourself well enough to know when you're going to get to that point, when you're going to start. It's in the trading world, it's called going on tilt. You take a couple of losses and you just kind of get all out of whack in your mind and you start going against your rules, taking random trades, just doing everything you can to get your money back, just like you would if you're at a casino. A lot of people have mixed feelings about trading in general, thinking it's kind of gambling, but that's comes from people who don't actually do this for a living, because I know countless people that actually do this for a living and there's no job like it. So I have human versus robot here. And this may sound extreme, but I've heard it from guys who have traded from 40 years, a ton of people. You'll read it in books. I recommend going and maybe reading some trading books. I've heard mixed things on those from other traders, but it doesn't hurt. But human versus robot. So what do I mean by that? The human brain is designed to chemically, it wants to get you away from fear, right? There's always y'all know like fight or flight and stuff like that. When you get into an emotional state in trading, and it's usually when you're losing money, and your logic is just all out of whack, you're going to make decisions that you wouldn't make if you had a clear head. Think about it. If you were drunk or something, you're going to make different decisions than you would if you were just dead sober. And you can, this is again just an example. You can kind of get drunk on those emotions. You can make really, really bad decisions that you wouldn't have made if you weren't at this kind of tilt emotional state. So the biggest part of trading is literally rewiring your brain to think the opposite of how we're designed to think. Again, our minds want to get away from fear, and we want to look at every possibility as to why we're right. That's kind of where hope comes in. If you're in a trade and it's going really against you, you start to hope. You start to look at one little green candle that bounces in your direction. Okay, there's no way I'm going to be wrong on this. Some buyers are coming in, whatever. When really the stock is on a complete downtrend and you're trying to get it to go up. So, I think you guys understand that, but again, keeping yourself away from getting in those positions will save you so much money and time and just stress and heartache and all that. Because believe me, I've been there and I've done that. When I started, I blew a bunch of accounts. I was joining all these different chat rooms, trying all these different strategies, and it just doesn't work that way. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand what you're good at. Find your edge and stick to it. I mean, just look across all the analysts here. If I had to go into a trading competition with freaking Jay in crypto, he would blow me out of the water. I wouldn't know what to do, you know? So, I mean, you have to find what you're good at and stick to it and just and tweak it to where you find what you're really good at. You know, I take a lot fewer trades right now than some other guys. Um, but I know what I'm good at. I know exactly what I want to see to actually put money on the line. I could take 1,000 trades in a day, right? Anyone can click the buy button and the sell button, but over time, you realize what you're good at, what you're bad at. You know, any of you guys may be really good at swinging or doing spreads or playing bounces or rejections or shorting or going long, anything, right? There's an unlimited way to trade the market, but us analysts are here to show you guys what we're good at and for y'all to find your way in the market. And when you think about it like that, you'll get a lot further on in your career. So I'm just going on a rant here. Again, ask whatever questions you want. I have the chat open, but I'm going to keep going here. So risk management. I know this is just kind of a broad term, but I like it. Again, it comes down to you. It comes down to your account size, how much you're willing to lose, your position size, and what your goals are. You know, let's say that Jay has $1 million account, but Nikki has $1,000 account. Well, Jay may be totally fine risking $1,000, but Nikki can't. You know, and again, maybe Jay stops a little bit wider because his risk tolerance is different. You know, I like to tell people, anytime you get in a trade and you are like tapping your foot or, you know, sweating or nervous, or, you know, you feel sick to your stomach or anything like that, you feel those emotions coming on, you're in with too much money. You need to get into a trade and have already accepted a loss. Know what you're looking to risk. Know where on the chart you know when you're wrong. And when you get to that point where your stop loss is, you need to be totally fine with taking that loss. Whatever, move on to the next trade. And you know, it goes vice versa. If you make a really good trade and you make a lot of money, you hit a home run, you can't expect that the next trade. A lot of people go on winning streaks where they win 5, 6, 10 trades in a row. I mean, I've gone on a month-long streak where I won every single day. I made money every single day. But the next month comes around and I don't think that I can lose, right? Because I'm on a hot streak and one trade goes against me and you hold it for too long and you take a big loss that may wipe out a week's worth of work. That was kind of hard to say. Anyways, y'all know what I mean. It's, you need to take every trade as as a different trade. You need to forget about what happened the trade before, whether it's a win or a loss. And that will really accelerate your trading. Y'all have heard me talk about, many times. I don't expect a lot. I'm going to wait for something to come to me. And even just saying that out loud, it helps me just sit back, relax. I don't care if the market goes in a circle. I don't care if it goes backwards. I don't care if there's a yellow candle. If a trade sets up and hits my criteria, I'm okay with putting money on the line and I'm okay with losing. If a trade doesn't set up my way, yeah, I have all the power in the world to hit buy. But if it doesn't meet my criteria, you have to be disciplined enough to just sit back and not do that. It's that simple. You've heard me say, make trading simple and boring. When it's boring, you're doing the right thing. When you're excited or sad or emotional or, whatever, you're doing something wrong and you're not ready. And again, I've been in everyone's shoes that's here. I've opened my brokerage for the first time. I've traded for a couple of years. I know what those first couple months and years are like. I was nervous for pre-market, or I was really excited, or whatever. And there's been plenty of times when there's a really great setup coming, and whatever chat room I'm in, if they're all really excited about it, we all take the trade and we lose. And it just makes that loss that much worse when you have this, huge bias toward that trade. You think you're going to make a lot of money. You put more money down than you should, and your loss is then bigger. It just doesn't make sense. And when you think about it like that, I think it will help you take a lot of stress off yourself. So let's keep going. Over trading. I saw a couple people in the chat today talk about over trading, and choppy days usually lead to that. I like to get in, be here for about an hour and a half at the most. A lot of the times, before I was trading for people, I would get up and I would try to make it. If I caught a good trade in the opening minutes, I would just step away. Get some momentum on your belt, get some confidence. Don't get overconfident, but be confident in what you do. For people that have been trading for a little bit longer, be confident in your ability to do this. So, I mean, just like I have here on the screen, like trade limits. I know that if I take 5 trades in a day, I probably overtraded. Again, that's for me personally. There are a lot of people who can take 20, 30 trades in a day, and that's just how they trade. They look for scalps, or they're trading up multiple different things at once. If you're good at it, great, stick with it. I am more than, I'm more than happy with you if you can make money doing that. But for me personally, over my time, I look for quality over quantity. And I think that really goes with every trading strategy. Again, you can hit buy and sell whenever you want throughout the day, right? But if you're not disciplined enough to just sit back and wait for a good trade to come, meet your criteria, and then execute it, you're never going to be a profitable trader. Over time, it's not going to work. Loss limits. If, I have a personal loss limit, it doesn't matter. Let's just say that it's X. If I hit X, I have to get away from my desk, because I know from personal experience, I get down to around this limit per day. And if I'm not disciplined enough to get up and leave, I will sit here and I will try to take multiple trades to try to get that money back. And 9 times out of 10, you will lose more. I promise you. You will either size up, you will not let a winner run, and you'll cut it short. And then you wish that, you see the trade actually go in your favor where you thought it could go. And, you're pissed off about it, and you want to take the next trade that shows up. But again, most of the time, these trades aren't meeting all your criteria. They're just meeting, let's say you have 10 check marks you have to hit, and they're meeting 1 or 2, and you're going to take it because you want to make money back. And I promise you will end up losing more. Yeah, the Jag revenge trading. I mean, 100%. That'll kill you. So I kind of talked about, and then again, win limit. If you guys are used to making 30, 40, 50 bucks, $100 a day, and you make $200, get out of there. Yeah, okay, you're excited. You think you can make more. Leave. I promise you, it'll hurt that much more if you take another trade and you're up $200 and then you're up $50 and you leave. If you're used to making 40, 50, you make $200. Well, that's 4 trading days of work that you just made. You need to take that off the table, put it in your pocket, and leave. I like withdrawing is something that comes different to everyone. I kind of have an account size that I sit at. Above that number at the end of the month, I will usually take whatever I'm up above that number out, stick it in my pocket, because you can't trade that money. You can't lose that money. And if I go under that account balance, let's say I take a couple losses and I'm under it, well, I'm not putting money back in. I know that I am profitable over time. I can get my account back to that level and through that level. So I'm not going to keep throwing money on a burning fire. It's not going to help. Chris, can we do one-on-ones with you? Yeah, you can. We can definitely set that up. It depends on what you want. I can't promise that I can spend 2 hours with you guys, but DM me on the side and we can work something out. I'm more than happy to help you out, man, for sure. I used to do a lot of one-on-ones on the side, and it helps. But again, yeah, we'll work that out. But so my last thing here is market environment. So, we all trade every day. We see that the market's down a lot in the last 2 weeks. And it looks like there's a lot of money to be made. And rightfully so, there probably was. But that's, y'all hear me say that this is dangerous. I don't want to get involved in it. There's a lot of losses that can be made. When there's a lot of money to be made, there's a lot of money to be lost, right? again, I'm sitting back waiting for what I want to happen. If that happens, I will take that trade. If that doesn't happen, I will not take the trade. It's that simple. When you can get yourself in that state of mind, you will do so much better. I promise you. And it's hard to get to that point. It's hard to sit on your sit on your hands. This morning we had Amazon kind of off the open. It broke that level I was looking at. And I told you guys, my hand's not even on my mouse. I'm not even allowing myself to click buy. And something as simple as moving your hand off your mouse could save you hundreds of dollars. I mean, there's so many simple little tricks that you can do to save you money, and you need to do those little things. I don't care if you get up and stand 10 feet away from your desk if you have to. Do what you have to do to take yourself away from the point where you're going to get emotional and make stupid decisions. That's all you got to do. Herd mentality. So again, this is what mentors are for. You can go on Twitter, you can go on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and there are countless people there telling you what they do, you should be doing this, whatever. And again, same coming from me. I'm telling you guys what I'm good at, but it may not be good for you. You need to find your edge. But most of the time, when 99% of people are thinking one way, it's probably going to go the other way. I can promise you that. That's what big money guys want. You don't see traders that move billions of dollars go on Twitter and tell you, oh, I'm buying XYZ. People can track people's accounts, right? Like there's a Nancy Pelosi tracker that keeps getting deleted, and that's a whole nother argument. But there's stuff like that where big money guys who know something that we don't, they're not going to go out and tell you. Warren Buffett's not going to tell you what he's buying or selling. You can track it, like I said, but it's just herd mentality will kill you. Groupthink will kill you. You need to listen to yourself. You need to be comfortable in what you're doing. There could be 50 alerts every day, and none of them make you think that you should take it, right? They don't meet your personal criteria. There's nothing wrong with not taking them. Watch them, learn from them, see what they were looking at. Every morning, even, Pookie in the chat this morning was asking you guys, do you understand why I took the trade I took this morning? I took one trade, but if you don't understand why I'm doing it, then you're not learning. Ask me questions as much as you want. That's what we're all here for, So, again, ask us whatever you want. We're mentors for a reason. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you in the right way. Back to what Chris was saying, I'm open to one-on-ones. I'm sure every other analyst is open to DMs and questions. That's what we're here for. So groupthink will kill you. Mental resilience. So this is an iffy one. So I'm going to take a second to go over this, but trading can be looked at as gambling, right? Because anyone, and there's always that saying 99% lose. Well, everyone in the world can open up a brokerage, and everyone in the world can think that they can make money, and everyone in the world can hit buy. But the people that make it are the people who stick with it. I can give you guys countless stories of me blowing up accounts, losing a lot of money when I'm young, and just having some of the worst days of my life, trying to learn this and do this, thinking that I'm going to make a lot of money. And looking back now, if I were to quit, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm not telling you guys to hang on and hold on to an electrical fence, throw money down the drain, and just, stick with this just because it's a possibility of doing it. Most people end up failing at this, but if you stick with it and constantly work to get better, anyone can trade. So my boss at the trading firm, he asked me when I got there, I was I think 16, 17. Wait, no, I wasn't. I was a freshman in college. So I was about 19. He thought I was 25, right? I mean, a lot of you guys tell me I sound like I'm 60, but he didn't know that I was still in college. And he asked me, where'd you graduate? I'm like, well, I'm a freshman in college. He's like, oh, okay. Well, look, you need to be a kid while you can, because you're going to work for the rest of your life. but the market will always be here. Okay, well, that's good advice. But then the next thing he said was, Ethan, I don't care what major you are, what college you graduate from. You can have a guy who goes to a community college and a guy that went to Harvard, and the guy that went to community college is a better trader because he's emotionally controlled, he's systematic, and he has good risk management and understands the markets. So again, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do or how smart you think you are. You may not be a good trader. Yeah, I mean, look at Pookie. Dropped out of high school and dropped out of college twice. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have parents that are paying for this and just telling me, just get your degree and leave. We don't care. So, I mean, that's cool. It's a good backdrop. But back to what I'm saying, it's like, it doesn't matter where you went to school. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you can't manage risk, manage emotions and stuff like that, you're not going to be a good trader. So, and when you start trading, you're not going to be good at that stuff. No one's good at what they start out at. Anything, think about, there's always kind of analogy. If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to school for 8 years. Well, what makes you think you're going to be a professional trader after 1 or 2 or 3? It's not going to work. If you try to go to the trading firm that I've worked at, they put you on a 4-year track. They want to see you be profitable over 4 years to even give you a chance at commission. They're going to give you base pay, make you work your way up. If you can prove yourself, you'll be there. So look long-term. Don't look to make $1 million in a year. Yes, there are people on Wall Street bets. Yes, there's people on Twitter that have made $1 million off one trade. That's luck. That's not real trading. That's not realistic. Look to hit base hits. Look to execute your trades to your plan, to your target, to your stop, manage risk, do the step-by-step stuff to make it boring, and you'll succeed. It's that simple. Hardships suck. I mean, in anything in life, when you have a problem or, whatever it may be, you have something that's hard going on in your life. It sucks to get through, but in the end, you tend to always get through it. And as long as you keep working, it'll work. Big drawdowns suck. Like I said, I've blown accounts. I've lost a lot of money in the beginning, and I could have easily just quit right then. But the problem with big drawdowns is you try to make that money back tomorrow, and it's not going to work that way. You need to understand. You need to, again, back to the firm. They would tell people, congratulate the people that took your money, right? And that sucks to hear, but think about that. Congratulate the people that took your money. It's gone. You're never getting it back. It's now in the flow of the market. You're not going to go take it back. There's no refunds. You need to start the next day fresh and work at hitting base hits to get that money back. And over time, you will get back to that point. You will make that money back if you work hard enough at it, and don't look back. Don't get excited. Keep working one day at a time, and you'll get there. There is a refund, but it's tax time. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I knew a little bit more about taxes. That would be a good lesson to go over. I think we actually are doing that, or I've already done that. But anyways, avoiding death spirals, that kind of comes to drawdowns and just taking a big loss and trying to get it back. It's just that's how you lose a lot more money. That's how you get into bigger drawdowns. If you lose 3 times what you usually make, look to make a quarter of that back. Look to make, $10 the next day. Just get in the green. Next day, try to get in the green. Don't look to make it all back, and you'll be fine. So the last one, professional mental athlete. I like to call traders that because think about LeBron James, right? He's a professional athlete, but does he score 100 points every game? No, he has bad games. He gets hurt. He gets beat up. And it is what it is, but he moves on to the next game and tries to do his best. Yeah, he flops. The crowd hates him, whatever. But in trading, there's luxuries of trading because you're your own boss. You're not told when to work. You can work from wherever you want. But if you take that for granted, it's the market will always take its money back from you if you slip up. I've traded in Europe, I've traded, in Mexico, I've traded a lot of different places, but I know if there's a trading day coming up, I can't party the whole day before. Like, if it's a Sunday night, I can't stay up till 2 a.m. with my friends who want to go out to the bars or whatever. I have to get to bed. I can't drink. I have to get up early. I need to do my same pre-market routine. You need to be systematic. And once you get in that flow, it's nice. So yeah, any questions? Yeah, I mean, Pookie, winning is easy. I mean, winning is so easy in trading, but losing's the hard part. Especially here. I mean, we give so many alerts every day. The win rate's crazy, but if you let one loss just crush you, I mean, the wins don't even matter. If you can trust yourself that over time you'll make money, think about being green every month. Don't think about being green every week. Look to manage those losses and have a green month. Have a green year. Have a green in next 2 years. Be green in 5 years, right? You need to look long term on this, or you're going to get burnt out. You're going to freak out. You're going to get emotional, and it's just not going to work. What's your pre-market routine? So market opens at 8:30 here. I'm Central Time. I get up at 6, kind of like roll around, whatever, out of bed by like 6:15. I go to the gym. I work out just to make sure I'm awake. I get home about an hour before the open. So 7:30 at my desk. If I need to do a little bit of homework or whatever, get that done real quick. Look at the market, check CNBC. No, I'm really not, honestly. I wish I was bigger. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I get a cup of coffee, whatever. But getting up 20 minutes before open, and thinking that you're fully awake, your eyes may be open. You may be, thinking and think that you're awake, but you're not. Trust me. Your mind's not going full throttle. Even if you get up and just walk around the block in the morning, you'll see a huge difference. When I stopped getting up 30 minutes before open and I got up an hour before open, I saw a huge difference. When I started going to the gym before, and it sucks, trust me. I mean, I'm in college. I mean, not many college kids are getting up at 6 a.m. But when you do that stuff that's really hard and uncomfortable in the morning, you are wide awake, you're ready to go, you're ready to work, and your trading will reflect that. So, I mean, that just goes back to good trading is the discipline outside of trading as well. And trust me, I love to have fun, love the party, whatever. But Monday through Friday, I am working hard. I am, and I have school as well. So, I mean, trust me, I wish I wasn't here. But, yeah, I mean, I don't trade pre-market either. That's kind of something good, I think, with options is you actually can't execute. You can't execute pre-market. So that's good. But again, be disciplined outside of trading. It'll help you so much. I promise you. Market's open at 6:30. Okay, so you're on the West Coast. Yeah, so I mean, that's that. I would never live on the West Coast to trade, to be honest with you, just because 6:30 is tough. But again, then you have the rest of the day. I know a lot of people that actually do like the 6:30 open, but again, to me, the golden rule is at least just get up out of bed an hour before open. Even if you just walk around, go get a coffee for 30 minutes, and then get to your desk 30 minutes before open, you're a lot more awake than you would be if you got up 30 minutes before and just straight to your desk. I know that sounds simple, but trust me, it will help so much. So continuous learning and improving. So a lot of you guys that have been around me know that I've preached this, and I don't want to sound annoying by going over the same stuff, but this is good. This is really key in trading. So let's just think back to kind of right around post-COVID when the market was literally going up 9 out of 10 days, right? any trading strategy would usually work unless you're trying to short every single day, right? That didn't work. But adapting to the fact that, okay, the market is absolutely screaming. You can basically buy anything and make money every single day. That's not going to happen forever, one, but two, capitalize on that. I mean, that's where I did the best is understanding, okay, why would I try to fight this trend? A lot of people talking, okay, market crash, right when it got to the top. But up to that point, you need to understand what the market's doing and adapt to that. So I mean, okay, then we look back to last year. Really hard market to trade. I'm not going to lie to you. Really hard. It was tough for everyone to go from just an absolute raging bull market to a choppy bear market, up and down. A lot of just crazy movement, a lot of chop. I mean, I remember a 2 month time span where I only took like 5 trades, but that saved me a lot of money. I could have lost so much money if I wasn't disciplined enough to just sit back. Um, right. Yeah. I mean, look what Pookie just said. He used 5 stop losses during that market, and this year he used dozens. Yeah. I mean, it's just different. But if you're stubborn and you think that your strategy is tried and true and will work in any market condition, you're wrong. I had to change my trading a little bit. Back in COVID, breakouts were just gorgeous. I mean, think about on Monday whenever we took that nice little Tesla breakout to the upside. Um, that was like nothing compared to what we would see during COVID. You would, I took a lot of trades the first minute of the day because looking back at the last month, when there's a good breakout setup, you see a red to green candle on Tesla and it could just rip $10 in 2-3 minutes. So I had to switch my idea. Okay, I have to capitalize on this stuff because it's showing me that it's working. Right now, that's not working. A lot of the times I sit back for the first 10-15 minutes. The other day I waited for over an hour to trade Amazon, and it finally came to my point. Took the trade, done, made money. Um, I could have chased it to the upside. I could have tried to buy puts off the open and lost. There's so many ways to lose money, but there's so many ways to make money. So you need to be open to changes. You always need to be skeptical, but not hesitant. Don't get in late if your trade already broke your entry, because then your loss will, one, be bigger, and two, you didn't stick to your plan, so your whole mental state's out of whack. Yeah, I mean, you need to be adaptable. You need to be able to tweak your system a little bit. Like back in the bear market, I would look for a lot of break and retest type trades, a lot of bounces, rejections, because that was working. When SPY would come up to that huge yearly trend line, well, the last 5 times it bounced off it and went all the way back to lows. Well, I'm going to be looking for rejections around this area. Okay. And then the next 2 weeks, I'm looking for downside plays because the market's weak and selling off. So it was really, again, super hard for a lot of people. I know a lot of bigger traders that actually were losing a lot of money because it was just something they hadn't really seen before. But yeah, and then journaling, another huge thing. When I started, journaling it really helped excel me because you write it down. Like, I took Tesla 250 calls at this price. Stop loss was here. Profit target was here. I was green this much. Why did I take the trade? What did I do good? What did I do bad? What could I have done better? And then you can go back over time and look at how you've improved, and two, that'll help you see, I mean, blatantly what you're doing wrong, right? I mean, numbers don't lie. If you're losing the last 10 trades because you're taking the same kind of trade, but they're all doing the opposite of what you want, well, then you need to tweak your strategy and do what you need to do to make money. Once you're okay to changing things up, and that doesn't mean trade 10 different strategies, but that just means tweaking what's working and what's not. You have to study yourself and, your habits in the market. Pookie just said the same thing. Yeah, I mean, the chart doesn't lie, the numbers don't lie, your P&L doesn't lie. If you journal yourself and you make $50 yesterday, $50 today, whatever, $40 here, $30 here, then you lose $500. Well, what are you doing? Well, your stop is way too wide. You're risking too much. Where were you wrong? How did you know you were wrong? Where could you have cut it? Ask yourself why, and you'll get to the bottom of the answer. And our lovely support system. Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple chats today about people over trading and losing or whatever. But again, always reach out to us. We're always here to help you, and that's how you're going to get better. Ask questions, even if they don't make sense. I've told you guys over and over again, ask me questions, ask me questions. My job is to help you. I've taught people who don't even know what the stock market is. I've talked to and better traders than me, So I mean, I've seen just about all of it. A lot of the analysts here have too. So again, just reach out to us. We're here to help you, and having a good support system really helps. So that concludes my boring PowerPoint slide, but I think we covered a lot. So what do we got here? That was about 40 minutes. That was pretty good. Any questions? Yeah, I hope you guys took notes. Psychology is the most important thing in trading. This morning I mentioned trading is, you could say 80% waiting and 20% buying and selling, or 90 and 10. I hope you realize that the patience, and again, I've been in your shoes. I want to wake up and I want my mentor to make me money every day. I want, 2-3 trades a day, but think about, why would I take a random trade on my own when the people that I'm learning from aren't, right? I want to be taking the trades that people who actually make money and do this for a living take. I don't know anything. One of the things that really stuck with me from my boss at the trading firm, who again traded before computers were even allowed to trade. I'll come over there and ask him, kind of have this like idea that I think is really good, and I'll pitch it to him. And he's like, I don't know anything. I'm sorry. I don't know if the market's going to go up or down or sideways or in a circle. But we'll see. Like, what's your idea on it? Why do you think that's going to happen? Can you show me past examples of this happening? Stuff like that. So from someone like him, who again was a legend on Wall Street, worked with Steve Cohen. If y'all don't know who that is, he owns the New York Mets, huge hedge fund guy. He worked with someone like that. And for him to tell me, I don't know anything. Well, none of us should show up thinking that we know anything. Let the market tell you what's going on and try to capitalize on it. Everyone in this chat could throw all the money that they have at a stock and it won't move it, unless it's like a penny, right? And it has no volume. We aren't moving the markets. We're trying to tag along with people who actually have the money, institutions, banks, hedge funds that are actually moving the price. We're tagging along with them. We want to be on their team. And that's our job, is to be on the right side of things that are high probable of happening, and you'll make money. And, again, the other day, I was actually looking at Tesla to the downside. I wanted the 240 break. That was my idea. And the stock told me that wasn't right. The chart was telling me that this was strong. Everything else selling off. SPY and Q selling off. Tesla was staying flat. That's strength. When the market bounced, this thing had a huge, $5 breakout, and we caught it. But again, that comes to being adaptable. That comes to not being completely biased. That comes to being okay with changing your plan, and not thinking that you know everything. Understand that you know nothing. We have public software. When I'm at a trading firm, they have private software. Every hedge fund, private software. It's not public. The biggest software out there is Bloomberg, and that's $25,000 a year to even use. But that's just, again, that's public. Yeah, don't get up 5 minutes before open. Trust me. Yeah, you have to come into this as if it were school. You're looking to learn every day. I don't know that I walk into my classroom excited to learn about bank statements or whatever, but you need to know it. But when it comes to something you're passionate about, look to learn everything you can. Yeah, contingent fees. Oh man, TC&J tax rules, bonds, all that. That's my finance class. Also in ancient architectural studying. So that's just amazing, right? Learning about how all these ancient civilizations built their homes. So that's something I'm having to learn here as well. Oh, I bet, Pookie. I haven't even looked at those before. I should. Yeah, I mean, IT and trading, it's if you're passionate about it, a lot of people hate it, but when you kind of have a knack for it and you can constantly learn and learn and learn, it's great. Um, that's kind of why I think the whole computer science stuff is really cool because it's, ever changing. It's, the new, somewhat of the new thing in this world, right? But yeah. Yeah, Pookie, I 100% agree with Pookie. And I don't even know if you guys know my background. I mean, I was running my own chat by myself, and it was going fine. But when I got the opportunity to kind of put my foot in the door here and realize what value this place has, I mean, it's unbelievable. There are countless chat rooms. I've been in probably over 100 different chat rooms, and there's no place like this. I don't know why there's not 500 people in here listening to this stream. Um, Ideally, we're going to get it to that point, and I'm super happy with you guys that are here because y'all are going to be the ones front running new people that are late to the party, that aren't putting in the work, thinking they can show up every day and just take an alert that's got sent by a bot into a Discord channel. It's not going to work that way. Where can you find that info? Yeah. Okay. So Yojo. So when I talk about futures, I'm talking about SPY, and QQQ. So SPY is the S&P 500, and I don't think Tesla's involved in the S&P right now, but it is in QQQ. I like to say that SPY and QQQ are just baskets of stocks. So when I'm looking at QQQ and the Qs are really strong, but Tesla's not. Well, I know that the whole basket is strong, but Tesla's not. So this is a weak link, and then vice versa. The Qs are down, Tesla's holding up. Well, this guy in the basket's the strongest. So if the whole basket then goes with it, it may get another push. You got any YouTube videos of books that made you a better trader? I mean, I read a couple books when I started, but a lot of those times, those books will give you false hope and think that, okay, now that you've read the book, you're going to be awesome. And back to my boss at the trading firm, he took me to lunch one day, and it was like the most intimidating thing in my life. But one of the questions he asked me was, "You read any trading books?" And I was like, "Oh, like yeah. I read some trading books," thinking he would like that. And he said, "Forget everything that you learned from those. If they really made money trading, they wouldn't tell you a book." I'm like, okay. I mean, he's very blunt. Yeah, I mean, y'all can look him up. A lot of the stuff on him is taken down. He paid a lot of people to take a lot of stuff down from him on online because he was tied to Steve Cohen, and Steve Cohen was then caught for insider trading. Made 12 billion, paid 2 billion, so he got to stick 10 billion in his pocket. Don't know how that works, but yeah, just a really crazy connection. He's really old. But I love him, and I just love how blunt he is. I've seen him just rip people to shreds, and it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, Trading the Zone. I did actually listen to that on audiobook. That was a good one. I think I read like How to Day Trade for a Living or something, but that's very basic. You'll learn all that stuff here probably a lot quicker. There's actually a podcast called Chat with Traders. That's a good one. Who's your boss? Where can we find him? So, I mean, he's not technically my boss, but I do intern with that company over the summers. And, I thought about working for them, but that's 2 years away. So we'll see once I graduate college. Who's your boss? So his name's Kenny Lysick. Again, you're not going to find a lot about him. Just typed his name, and you're not going to find a lot about him. He did have a crazy pastime. Think about the movie Wolf of Wall Street, and think about being on top of Wall Street then. So a lot of the things that are in that movie that I'm not going to cover, he probably did. He had a lot of back problems from playing basketball. So then, again, into the whole drug world. I don't want to get into that. But very, very skilled trader, just unbelievable. His knowledge is just next level. His son works there, who I'm friends with. His son actually went to college in Israel. Most random thing ever. But yeah, again, this guy traded when there was no computers. So we think we're cool with all these charts up. He was successful with no charts. There was no charts. It was prices that were updated every couple minutes. So pretty cool. Besides looking up him, look up SAC Capital and Steve Cohen, and the guy Kenny Lysick, who I work for, was his best friend and right-hand man. I don't know if anyone's watched Billions in here. Anyone? Someone's got to have watched the show Billions, right? Please tell me one person. Oh, man. It's just kind of like a hedge fund show type thing, but it was written after Steve Cohen and Kenny. Steve Cohen, obviously the head guy, crazy, and then Kenny Lysick was also insanely crazy. But again, like, this guy has connections all through, like, Goldman. He has connections in every bank, every hedge fund. He's just, it's the weirdest. I'm telling you, it's like a diamond in the rough. He wants to stay undercover. He doesn't want to be on any of their websites or anything. It's the weirdest but coolest connection I think I have in this whole trading world. Besides you guys, of course. Yeah, really, really cool. But again, he will slit your throat if you aren't doing a good job. So think about if I could scream and yell at you guys if you're not working hard enough. I can do it if you want, but yeah, he's considered the trading support there. So he manages all the younger guys who are coming in. But again, yeah, his job is to make sure they are doing their job and trying to get better, or you are gone. Your keys will not work that next morning. But yeah, guys, I think this is a pretty good one. I will put this recording. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And honestly, I'm going to try to get him to come speak at my trading club here at school. So I may try to get a recording of that for you guys to see. He has a very kind of raspy old man voice, but priceless information and knowledge from that guy for sure. Yeah, so again, I think that's about it. Any other last questions here, or we can wrap this up? Pookie, where would you like this recording? Past live streams or PB Media? Past live streams. Yes, sir. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want any of this stuff again, go back, look at this. And yeah, we'll do, Poogie. Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out of here. I got a test tonight at 8:30, so that's gonna be awesome. Really good stream. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope I wasn't too annoying and didn't ramble on too much. But sweet, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night, and let's kill it tomorrow morning. Later.